All right, guys, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another review. I have a new one for you. It's all about mining. You guys know that is the backbone of the Bitcoin infrastructure and network, and ultimately the backbone of the security of Bitcoin and many other blockchains as well. So I have a new project. They've rebranded. They've come out with a better look. They've partnered with a company called INX. We'll talk about that. And lastly, they have a great APY for their token. Instead of you bearing all the work of buying equipment and setting it up and maintaining that equipment and having to replace that equipment over a very short lifespan, that equipment will be profitable. They have a different structure. You probably heard of it, but this company is a new one and they're doing it better and bigger. And a friend of mine told me to check it out. And so I'm going to review that for us today. So who is that company? It is the Hashrate Asset Group. And we're going to go into a deep dive in this website. The world's very first, listen to this, SEC filed security token focused on Bitcoin mining and paying monthly dividends through a wrapped BTC. This is groundbreaking. I've never seen another company that had the SEC filed part in there. That is big time important, right? We know how the SEC is going after many of these companies, so they have filed with the SEC as a security token. So we're going to take a look into that, who can actually participate, all that in today's episode. So let's get into it. I'll have a link to their Twitter and their Discord and their Telegram in the description of this video. Definitely go check out the community. It's growing, and one of the unique positions you will be in is that you'll be at the ground level in this community, so you can see raw and uncut what is going on with the company as they build out. And the website is Hashrate Asset Group. That's HAGSTO.com. Here it is on the screen, as you guys can see, right? And you know, we are going through a deep bear market in the crypto industry, and more specifically the mining industry. And it's funny because HAG just put out a tweet commenting on a Cointelegraph article about Bitcoin prices up, but Bitcoin mining stocks remaining vulnerable. And they explain here in their tweet why it is important to check out alternative ways to participate in the mining industry. That additional way is an STO, or through a stock. Okay, as you guys can see from this tweet, they retweeted investing in a Bitcoin mining stock versus STO. You could take a look at a stock performance of these Bitcoin mining companies that have raised a large sums of money through IPOs and then invested in mining farms, mining equipment, and other mining. And it sounds good, but they've taken out big and loans against the mining equipment and the Bitcoins produced. So instead, they're talking about taking a different approach to having some skin in the game when it comes to the mining side of things for Bitcoin, because the traditional capital model, guys, does not protect investors, because essentially most of the times you're investing in these Bitcoin mining stocks without dividends, without getting any bit of Bitcoin that you deserve, and that definitely doesn't express itself in the share price. So it's fundamentally contradicting in the way that the NASDAQ can't distribute cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin returns to every investor. But an STO is almost the only way to capitalize on this business model, guys, within a compliance framework. The math here is transparent. The returns are transparent as well. Of course, highly volatile, but we'll get into all that here in a second. I do want to highlight here how mining, though it's a slow and very hard industry to be in, over time, it does give you a multiple on your returns, Bitcoin's mined, versus just holding Bitcoin. So here's an example. If you invested $100 in mining versus Bitcoin since 2014, and you can see, guys, S5, S9, and S19 Pros. Here are the comparisons. Of course, past results are not indicative of future performance, but at least it does show you the historical performance versus mining, $7,600, almost $7,700. If you just held Bitcoin, which is still a very impressive return. However, if you held or invested $100 in mining and you compounded that, you're talking about $33,500. And this is based on liquidating those Bitcoins mined and investing in new machines every 3 years. And so the opposite happens if you take a look at this chart, guys, of just hodling the mining ETFs. You would think hodling the mining ETFs will give you a better performance versus just holding Bitcoin, but it doesn't. You see the rigs mining EFT down 67% year to date versus just hodling Bitcoin. You would only been down 30% from that time period, from July 21st or June in that region up to today. So yeah, not a good look there for mining stocks, Bitcoin mining stocks. So it's definitely been more advantageous for you to go the route of a mining operation versus just hodling Bitcoin, and even better than buying a mining stock, a Bitcoin crypto mining stock. The best out of those three is going to be investing in a mining operation of yourselves, building one and conducting and maintaining that. Of course, there are drawbacks to that, and that's where maybe you should take a look at the Hashrate Asset Group, because they take the burden of having to develop, buy, maintain, and run a mining rig or operation yourselves. Because if you think about doing it yourselves, what do you have to do in buying or starting your own mining operation for Bitcoin? Of course, you got to buy the machines, okay? You have to mine the Bitcoin yourself. You need space in your home or paying the electricity. I remember back in the day when I started in Bitcoin, and it's been 10 years now. That's what I did. It was much easier back then. I wasn't mining Bitcoin, but I was mining altcoins like Litecoin and other script coins. But still, it was a tedious task. I had to build the rigs, figure out why they crashed, maintain them. They were so hot, they heated my whole entire office and home in the winter. And good God, did I have a problem in the summer. So you have to deal with that. You have to deal with costs of maintaining it, machine depreciation, which is a very, very quick thing in mining, if you guys don't know. I mean, these things go pretty much useless in a year. So the turnover is very high. You have to continually buy new rigs, upgrade, and it's a never-ending operation. And so this is why the Hashrate Asset Group created the HAG Token. Okay, it is a perfect alternative. It's the world's first SEC filed security token, focuses on Bitcoin mining and paying periodic WBTC dividends. You can buy a HAG and receive Bitcoin mining profit periodically without any other costs on time and money. So who is the Hashrate Asset Group? They are a group of individuals who's created the first sustainable, compliant, and transparent Bitcoin standard arithmetic operating model. So HAG Token allows investors to join their ecosystem and receive a real-time return on their investment. Hashrate Asset Group's mining farm is located in the United States and managed by industry-leading professionals from Bitmain, PIMCO, and Goldman Sachs. They have a deep team, guys, of mining, crypto, and finance experts, and they've worked with teams like Goldman Sachs, Ampool, SoftBank, Bitmain. You've heard of these big companies. They have the experience from these Fortune 500 companies. And in the link in the description of this video, you can check out most of these individuals on LinkedIn and get a very firm understanding of their background if you would like. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but that information is available at your leisure. All right. And so an announcement that just actually came out is the fact that the Hashrate Group actually partnered with INX, and INX is a leader in security tokens, okay, in the crypto markets. They've partnered with them to deliver the world's first and only fully regulated end-to-end platform for listing and trading both SEC registered security tokens and cryptocurrency. So this was put out by INX Japan February 20th. So this is big news for the Hashrate Asset Group. They'll be launching their STO on INX's platform very soon, and the security token offering is a type of public offering, if you guys don't know what an STO is, in which tokenized digital securities are sold in security tokens exchanges. Tokens can be used to trade real financial assets such as equities and fixed income, and use a blockchain virtual ledger, guys, to store and validate tokens. And these STOs are more susceptible to regulation and thus represent a more secure way to invest if you are looking to do that. And I just want to remind you guys that HAG is a fully audited and regulated corporation by the SEC, and I have here on their website under IR, Investor Relations, you can find some information on that. The SEC Form D is available, and other financials that they'll have listed here. And so again, just to cover some of the highlights with HAG, the Hashrate Asset Group, you'll have perpetual hash rate, revenue reserved for perpetual hash power, and agile to market movements. Compliance, of course, we talked about that. The SEC filings, multiple currencies accepted, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, and USD, fully compliant. Also, a very transparent and timely allocation by a third-party audit, monthly dividends, smart contract on-chain allocation, and as I just talked about here, a very experienced team that you guys can go through and check out for yourselves under the team area on the HAGSTO.com website. So a little bit about the actual STO, the security token offering, and what you get with this HAG token. There is, of course, an APY that is associated with holding this HAG token. And so what does that all entail? Well, essentially, you're going to get a token that has a floating price, but the target is about $48 per HAG token. 1 HAG equals 1 terahash, okay? So 1 HAG monthly coin mined is 30 days. So you'll get about $48 per 30 days for every 1 HAG token you have. Assuming, of course, that the miners are up 95% of the time, and they have a pool fee of about 1%. And the mining cost for 1 Bitcoin is roughly $13,000. Again, assuming a 75 cent per kilowatt hour electricity. According to these assumptions, you can expect roughly this type of payout based on Bitcoin's prices. So if anything at or below $13,000 Bitcoin, there's pretty much a 0% APY payout. 16,000 or more, you're talking about 5.9%. At $20,000 Bitcoins, you're talking about 12.1% APY. 30,000, 27%, 27.5% to be exact. At $40,000 Bitcoin, you're talking about 43% payout. And get this, back to all-time highs, 73.9, or at least I think we're heading back to all-time highs or even greater. Might not be right now, but definitely sometime in the future. There's a high probability that that happens. Nothing promised, but I'm just saying. And so some other things to really help you guys understand a comparison of maybe a traditional computing power leasing program versus what you do when you have a HAG token. If you do, you own the asset with the HAG purchase. Okay, computing power leasing services usually don't give you anything but a timeshare lease of computing power. Investors don't actually hold the assets, but with a HAG token you do. There's no support usually with the computer power rented machines, and there's no liquidity there. So support is not available. And you also don't really benefit from rising prices. If you go with a cloud mining service, you don't benefit as much from a rising Bitcoin price, because with a HAG token, it's like holding a double long position on Bitcoin, guys. Computing power itself and also the Bitcoin output, the Bitcoin that's produced from that mining operation. Those HAG investors can enjoy the benefits brought by the price increases of computing power itself and the price of Bitcoin. And going through HAG, they support a bigger investment, right? If you're looking to invest 100,000 or even more, this is probably a direction you want to look into versus going the route of a leasing hash power from a cloud mining operation. Okay, and other things like sustainability of investment, again going the route of a cloud hashing mining operation. The price fluctuates greatly with that fluctuation of Bitcoin's price. If the investor wants to continue investing after the lease expires, 90 days or 540 days, they must passively accept the computing power price at the time, regardless of how high it is. So HAG holders, on the other hand, make a one-time investment in exchange for perpetual computing power. And lastly, you have more what's called redundant computing power with the HAG group, with the Hashrate Asset Group, and buying a HAG token. And so if you guys are interested, visit the website. I have a link to their Discord, their Telegram room, all that in the description of this video as well. HAG will be launching what they call their OG system. The OG program essentially allows those individuals to benefit from NFT airdrop, Bitcoin airdrop, and access to online and offline events. An opportunity that you should not miss out on, guys. If you're interested, of course, do your own research, do your due diligence, look through the website, check out the owners, and see if this is a fit for you. Again, join their Telegram room and Discord server, link in the description below. Visit their website, HAGSTO.com, for more information. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out of here. Holla!